Good morning, football fans, and welcome to 3 and Out, right here on IE Sports Radio, your directly for all that is sports. What's going on, everybody? Happy Saturday. It is Saturday, January 17th, 2026, and where does time go, right? I mean, seriously, it's freaking January 17th already. I mean, it seems like we celebrated New Year's, right? But that's just how the times roll, and that is how fast life comes at us. Now, football comes at us pretty fast too, because it feels like it's been 1,000 years since I've seen Teran since last weekend, since all the bowl games and everything, and we were on during my winter break and all the time. So kind of crazy. We got a small break from football just recently, but that doesn't mean football is completely over. In these last couple of weeks, especially this last week, we've had some fun, man. We have ourselves a Hula Bowl to take a look at, of course. We'll jump on into that little deal as we spoke about last week. The high school Navy All-American game did not disappoint. We'll talk about those players, who did what, and again, who is going where. Also, the Dream Bowl. Yeah, remember that game where I said, we talked about last week, we talked about Division III, Division II, NAIA, FCS, FBS. Everyone meets in the same game. Well, we'll talk about that. Pretty cool game there for those guys with aspirations of going to the next level in some capacity on that field. So, looking forward to talking about that. Mr. McNamara, remember that guy? Well, we'll talk about him in just a little bit. And, of course, I did not know this. I guess it somehow got into my radar, but Tropical Bowl canceled for the year. Bummer. Guess it was announced in December, but I didn't catch that. So, bummer, no Tropical Bowl today. Regardless, we do have one more All-Star game to talk about from yesterday, the Polynesian Bowl, man. These high school kids went out there and got after it, man. Super excited for them and where their futures are headed. And, of course, today we are getting on in to the recap of the NFL divisional round and, of course, previewing it with some great guests coming your way. Surprise! National Championship Monday. I think we'll have a show. All kinds of good stuff coming up, man. You are live on 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio. Good directing for all. That is sports. Welcome, all you crazy diehard football fans out there around the world. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. You guys are amazing all season long. If you have been with us all season long, seriously, like, I just want you to chill right now and give yourselves one of these. Amazing. Appreciate you guys for being here, man, as always. Again, today, January 17, 2026. It seems like the year is flying by, man. But again, or the start of the year is flying by. But that's usually how it goes, right? Super excited for today's show. Again, got so many good things coming on up. Really excited to do all that, man. But to do all that, as I always say, man, I gotta bring on my boy. He, of course, is IE Sports Radio Hall of Famer. He is the host of Set Point, who is doing a great job, obviously, as he always is. But this season with men's NCAA men's volleyball, getting ready for the beach season coming up soon. And of course, great overall SoCal insider, co-host of this show. No introduction needed, but I do it anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, Teran Rodriguez, good day to you, sir. How you doing today, man? Good morning.
Hey, Larry. Great to be on here. And it's an honor to be on here talking some football with you.
While Teran spins around like a roller coaster over there, he's just spinning and flipping. So
trying to get everything settled in.
Gotcha, man. Well, we are glad to have you as always, man. Thank you, good sir. Appreciate you for being on here today, as always, as the co-host. And yeah, man, we got ourselves some good stuff. Honestly, it's gonna be a fun show today, as always. Always got ourselves a like a plethora of football to get into, and well, today is no different. So, with that said, Teran, first things first, how was your week, man?
It was good. I mean, a lot of things happened, but I got through it as always with positivity. I mean, it was kind of tough just because, unfortunately, my Chargers lost. It was a tough week having to watch every take and all that sort of thing. Just really pull my hair out. But I survived the week.
I know, especially those Chargers. We'll talk about those Chargers in a few minutes. Well,
Yeah.
so while Teran flips around in circles over there, and I grab my delicious coffee, we're gonna give a shout out to our sponsors real quick, show them some love, and of course, get you all prepped and ready because 3 and Out's coming your way. Again, you are tuned in live to 3 and Out, the football show that delivers everything football all the time, all day. You know the deal. With that said, we'll take ourselves a quick break. When we come back, we'll be coming back with all kinds of football, all-star games, high school all-star games, divisional round, all the goods right after this.
Hi, eSports Radio fans. This show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, single-A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all-brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the iSports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at iSports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making iSports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports. Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clanking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go. Welcome back to 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Well, you heard it there, guys. Of course, check out Vinyl Apparel. Show them some love. Use IESR, of course, our little promo code at the end of checkout. Show them some love. Help us out, man. We really appreciate our sponsors. And, of course, Planet Jerky, premium brisket beef jerky, man. The jerky gets on a whole other planet. Things are going well, man, with those guys. And, again, we're just happy to promote them and show them love each week, man. So, and then, of course, again, check out our awesome social media pages all around social media, everywhere, at a social media platform near you: TikTok, X, Instagram, YouTube, and please check out the brand new website, man. We are looking good. It is super cool to have our website back, and I'll tell you right now, everyone's been loving it so far. So plenty more to come, though. I'm actually working on add-ons to it and just doing a lot of stuff for all of our insiders, so it's going to be really cool. So appreciate you guys again for checking us out in all facets: social media, website, sticking with us for all these shows on YouTube. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you all. So all right, Teran, you ready for some football, man?
Yeah.
You have some problems over there, bro?
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to use my phone vertically and not horizontally.
Good old Teran. All right.
Technology, gotta love it.
Gotta love it, man. So no, Miggy, you're good, man. So here we go. Let's get to it. We got some guests coming up in just a few minutes anyway. But real quick, man, I want to get into a couple things before they join us and get ready for a divisional round. And again, Teran, I know everyone's probably going, wait a minute, what about the national championship coming up on Monday? Well, Teran, I figured since I'm off that day, we should get ourselves a morning show and get Mike and Joey a part of that sucker and have some fun with the national championship.
All right.
So we're going to have ourselves some fun on Monday. So again, we're going to save that till Monday for those of you who are showing up expecting that preview. But we're definitely going to talk about that recap of Wild Card Weekend and the divisional round. But before we get into any of that, man, really quick, Teran, I just want to jump on in to some FBS football, of course. What, you say? There's more football. Well, of course there was. Teran, did you happen to catch the Hula Bowl?
I did for a little bit, yes.
John and Jay Gruden. How about that?
The Gruden boys are back.
The Gruden boys are back. I mean, it's pretty crazy to see those guys out there. And, I'm happy they're still around football in some capacity. But, I mean, it's crazy to see, I don't know. I love it, though. I'm happy that we still have these guys out here, especially, I don't know. They're good for football. I like them both. But yeah, man, Rutgers defensive back Cam Miller freaking picks off Tulane Jack Retzlaff, man. Game setter, our tone setter here, reminds me a little bit of one of those college football playoff games. Anyway, but yeah, man, super cool game. We had some stars, well, some guys that are up and comers, really. I mean, not really up and comers, but guys that didn't really have the Hula Bowl is obviously not the Senior Bowl. It's more for the guys who are looking for a string in the NFL, not necessarily guys that could start. Now they can, but obviously we know that there has been numerous years where we see guys go, and these guys will maybe sit on the bench for about a year or two, but they get their chance. They're special teamers. I mean, when it comes down to it, again, the Hula Bowl is really for those players who are looking for that big stage, who didn't necessarily become that big star in college. They might have, yes, but they fell under the radar. They were still talked about, but they weren't, so this is one of those deals, man. But yeah, overall though, looking at that, Jake Retzlaff, man, he had himself 2 touchdowns in this game, including one to his older brother Reggie, which is pretty cool. And I mean, it's just pretty cool how these guys came together and got to play in that game. Let's see here. Team Kai actually outscored Team Ina, I think is how they pronounced it, 25-7 the rest of the game. So we know how that game went. We have UAB quarterback Jalen Kitna had himself a game, and overall, I mean, it wasn't much. I mean, it was a fun game, of course, but I mean, I know we got some guests coming up in a few minutes and everything. I just want to shine some light on it, but any highlights for you from this game?
Yeah, Retzlaff was solid. I think all eyes were on him just because, he was the part of the college football playoff. And personally, I think everyone was expecting a lot out of him. And he performed well. He wasn't bad. He wasn't the greatest. But I think he could be serviceable in terms of being an NFL quarterback for some reason. But I think most eyes were on him. But you mentioned that defensive back from Rutgers. He was great.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought
Miller.
it was a great event, and I'm glad John and Jay Gruden are doing this whole thing. We're kind of the head coaches just because they have great coaching minds.
They do, and I know things happen and blah blah blah, but I like those guys, man. You know, and I've always been a John Gruden fan. I can give a damn what anybody else says or thinks or whatever. I mean, John's the man. I like them both, and I'm really happy. So whatever their NFL future is, who God, probably none. I don't care. I just love that they're still around the game. They're still coaching these guys. It's really, really cool. So, you know, to me, I wrote this you know, in my notes. This is more than a novelty matchup. You know, the Hula Bowl, it gives guys stars. You know, it gave college guys a real all-star chance. You know, they got some NFL coaching in there. They get real expectations, real pressure of how the game should be done if they, you know, get to that next level. So I love it, man. I think that was really cool, and I'm really happy at the Hula Bowl. You know, I'm really happy that you know, I'm really happy that we got this, you know, that the Hula Bowl is a thing. So anyway, all right. So with that, man, I want to go ahead and just kind of roll on over to the next one. And this is a little bit different. This one's a tad bit different, Teran. Obviously, and I know I feel bad. I'm sorry I didn't even send you the notes over this morning. I had so many things to do. Busy week for me. But really fast, I do want to talk about the where is it at? Actually, you know what? I'm so sorry. I did want to talk about 5-player. I had this highlighted. So the Hula Bowl actually had some big time action in there, Teran. Lots of MAC players.
Oh yeah.
Which is really cool. And I had this all in my notes, and look at that. I skipped it. So we're not skipping that. Tyler Dottie from Buffalo, man. This guy, 50 straight starts in his career, elite blocker. He actually had himself a really good game in the Hula Bowl. We had Michael Heldman out of Central Michigan. Dude was a beast, you know. But again, we saw lots of MAC players we saw in here. Jackson Kowich out of Miami, Ohio. Junior Vandross out of Toledo. Nathan Voris out of Ball State, 12 sacks. He had a really good year, 12 sacks. Overall, just solid performances from these guys, man. And I just wanted to give a shout out to those MAC players who were a part of this.
Yeah, I actually did see that on the web right there. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, these guys, man, it's really cool to see it. It is. And you know what? I just want to make sure I give them their props because, yeah, Teran, I mean, you know, Maction's on Tuesdays usually. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's kind of cool. You know, they get their spotlight there, but I'm happy that they get that. You know, but anyway, all right. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump on into a little bit of high school football. We're going to kind of jump around a little bit, but Navy All-American Bowl. It was a fun one. First things first, before I give the introduction and talk about all that stuff, what were your thoughts on that game? I know you saw it.
Wasn't it like exclusive on Peacock? Yeah, it was it was on NBC and Peacock. So for those that didn't have either or, you missed out. But it was very fun, and we got to see other players make their commitments.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. I loved it. I thought it was great, man. We saw some great football being played, man. I just want to go ahead and go over some of this, man. So East-West went at it. Late stand field goal, a field goal miss, and a clutch fourth quarter touchdown to seal it in San Antonio. Just elite talent from class of 2026 and class of 2027. East-West. They were tied a lot of the game, but obviously East pulled it out at the end. Overall, man, I just want to give a big shout to Luke Waffle, I believe I say his name. I don't want to butcher his name, but dude's a freaking monster, man. He got 3 sacks in this game. He got a forced fumble. He had pressures all day long. He's somebody that is going to be rating a an offense near you in college, man. Will Menzel. We have Saquon Patterson, that little connection there for the go-ahead touchdown. Awesome stuff. 9 commitments announced that day during the All-American Bowl. We got Indiana just cleaning house, man. They got Jahide Brown, 4-star receiver, commit. coming out in 2027 next year. Mansana, this guy, man, Torbert, another 27 guy. Garion Hobbs, safety coming out this year. So I mean, they're all going to Indiana. Sooners, man, they obviously they lend themselves to Taven Epps, edge rusher, 4-star edge rusher, and Devin Robertson, another big defensive lineman there. So they got some monsters coming. A few more. I just wanted to give a little notable. Alan Evans, 4-star corner, is headed to Louisville. Cores Lorkin, 4-star tight end, going to Wisconsin. Caleb Triplett, linebacker, headed to Southern Miss. I mean, just some great pickups there. Really cool announcements made, man. How you feeling about these guys?
Yeah, and then there was another player, Jahide Brown, who's committed to Indiana. So don't want anyone to say that Indiana doesn't get all the big-time recruits. And then there was one other guy, I think his name was Aaron Washington. Mm-hmm. He's committed to USC as he picked that over. They picked them over Alabama, Nebraska, Ohio State, and Washington. And he's from the modern day pipeline. So here he's continuing the modern day to USC pipeline. And you already mentioned some of the other ones that I mentioned. There's Alan Evans going to Louisville, which I thought was pretty nice. And yeah.
Solid players, man. It's really cool seeing these guys. And again, we talked about so many of these guys this year, and how about Indiana just cleaning house, man? I mean, obviously, when you're going to the national championship and you had a great year, kids are going to want to go there, right? So, I mean, that's just the way it is. But overall, just really good job by Indiana, man. I just want to give these guys a freaking yo, because what a good year, I mean, they hire themselves the coach of the entire history of Indiana. I mean, seriously, I don't think anybody, yes, somebody else could have done it, but I'm just saying, when it comes down to it, man, like this guy, man, he's amazing. Mr. Kirk Signetti. The guy he's everything you want in a coach, right? Everywhere he goes, he's got winning records. He's got everything to bring with him. He's got the resume. So obviously, wherever he goes, these guys are going to follow. So really cool, man, to see him snatch up all that talent. I'm looking forward to seeing them next year. I want to see them for years to come. I really hope Indiana doesn't fizzle out. And with him there, I don't think they will. But Indiana, man, Indiana fans, they're going to be in for some treats coming up, man. But overall, yeah, I get some big pickups there. I really like those pickups there by Indiana. Thought that was solid. And, just continuing to beef up that team. But I'll tell you right now, man, the Sooners, these guys really got themselves some great talent, man. Epps and Robertson. Two guys that we talked about this year that just really, really had themselves a solid season. And congratulations. Big congratulations to those guys for landing at Oklahoma. Dude, Oklahoma just continues to build that defensive line.
Yep, and you also mentioned someone from Indiana, Hayes Fawcett. He's a four-star athlete, I guess. I guess he plays both sides of the ball. He was committed to Indiana too, which was pretty cool.
Okay, I didn't even know that one. So that's crazy. I mean, again, Teran, the rich get richer is getting now. Indiana's got to hoist the hardware first, which of course you hear all about those those thoughts of ours on Monday's show. But
Gary on Hobbs, he also committed to Indiana as well.
Yeah, I was mentioning him earlier.
Devin Robertson's committed to Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I guess I just said that. Yeah,
sorry.
It's all good. Yeah. But I mean, again, we have a solid roster of guys headed on in, or committing at least, to this next level. So I love it. I'm excited for it, man. I'm enjoying every bit of all these all-star games. The last one was last night, which we'll get to in a few seconds. But like I said, we're going to bounce around real quick. So I wanted to bounce around real fast back to the FBS, or I guess you could say any of the college, because really quick, Teran, this is just a quick side note. The Dream Bowl. And I know I'm pretty sure a poor guy, Teran, didn't even get a chance to find this one on TV or anywhere. But the Dream Bowl was a dream, man. Really cool. I know you probably read about it, or unless you did see some of it.
It was streamed on ESPN Plus.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. Did you get a chance to see it, Teran?
A little bit of it, yeah.
Okay, cool. Then, yeah. But again, man, former quarterback, Cade McNamara. He was the MVP. He actually showed off really well, man. You know what? I thought that was really cool. Dude went out there and showed out.
He did. And that's a name that I kind of forgot about, and that's a name that kind of got lost in the sauce, if as the kids would say. Yeah.
It did, but I mean, overall, where would you see him going? Because honestly, dude, he looked great. I know the talent wasn't, Senior Bowl level, but who cares? Like, the dude went out there and showed. He showed out. He played well. Where do you see McNamara headed? Like, where would you like to see him? Where would you? Because I mean, the guy's got a lot of heart, man. The guy can play some football.
I would say Caden McNamara. If there's ever a year to go to the to put himself in the NFL draft, I think it's this year, because outside of Fernando Mendoza, I think he'd be perfect to be on an NFL team.
I mean, I think he might be like a third round guy, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I know Ty Simpson's going to be is committed to the draft as well, but
yeah.
But this year isn't really crawling with that much talent in terms of quarterbacks.
Yeah. And I mean, look at his story, man. I mean, Michigan, Iowa. Then he went to a FCS school for a little bit. And I'm oh my gosh, I'm driving myself. Eastern Tennessee, ETSU. And then he goes, and that's it. And now he finds himself at the Dream Bowl. I mean, really cool, man. Hey, look, he had to find himself. He transferred. He had to figure it out. But, it doesn't guarantee. The MVP doesn't guarantee a draft pick. We get it. But it absolutely earns looks for camps. And honestly, man, that's the goal. I was in a few of them. Like, camps they're so important because you can really prove yourself, man. So that's persistence. That's resilience. That's a quarterback who I really truly believe deserves a shot in the NFL somewhere. Obviously, he'll be a backup, and I get it, but dude, you never know, man. You know what I mean? So guys like him, I think this was really cool, and I'm really happy. I'm really happy that he got a chance to get out there and play well, man. I mean, that was pretty cool. But yeah, so anyway, the Dream Bowl overall, I mean, there was one more guy, actually two more, that I wanted to bring out there to light, because I mean, these guys just had some good highlights here. But Air Force fullback, which is like a dead position. Okay, freaking fullback. All right, crazy here. Dylan Carson, he summed it up the best, man. This wasn't about the NFL. It was about gratitude, one last snap, then moving forward to serve his country. I love this because the guy was a monster at Air Force. I thought it was super cool that he, I guess they interviewed him somewhere. I got that quote from the internet, but I just thought it was really cool because, you know what, man, that's what it's about. Like he's like, yeah, I want to play the game, but when it comes down to it, like, this just gave him one more chance to get out there and play one more game. So super cool. And we have former Army wide receiver Isaiah Alston. Didn't finish at West Point, but it doesn't erase his impact. All-star games give players like him, a dignified final chapter. So I thought that was really cool too. So again, sometimes this is just saying goodbye to the game, and I know I'm not trying to make it sound like, oh no, like we're graduating and going on to life. But when it comes down to it, Teran, I mean, again, these All-Star games, because we already talked about we talked about like the high school All-Star game, obviously the Navy All-American game. These guys are going to go. These guys are definitely going to go, to the next level. But for these All-Star games where they get to college and it becomes a reality that you're not necessarily going to the NFL, Teran, I think it's cool because they do get that second chance to just get or that one more chance to play in these games. And then that's it. Not everybody can play in the Senior Bowl, and not everybody can go to the NFL. And when it comes down to it, dude, I mean, we talked about it before, it's like 1% of all colleges make it to the NFL, And even then, Teran, it's less than 1% of guys who even get to their second contract in the NFL. I mean, it's crazy. You know what I mean? This is how it goes. I mean, not everyone's a Tom Brady. Not everyone's a Ray Lewis. Not everyone is going to get that far into that career. As we say, the NFL stands for not for long, and that's exactly what it is, So enjoy it while you're there. To the guys that get there, make a living, invest with that big check, all that good stuff. When it comes down to it, man, these high school, these college guys that are finding themselves out of football, enjoy it, enjoy it. So with that said, man, let's go ahead and get on in to more high school football, man. Because Teran, we gotta talk about the Polynesian Bowl from last night. You said you saw it, man. Team Mauka wins in a defensive battle over at Team Mackay, 14-3. This was a fun game, man. Lowest scoring, I guess from what I saw, Polynesian Bowl in history. But it was pretty cool, man. We've seen Sione Kahu, Chris Henry Jr., opening touchdown of the game right there. Ohio State commit shines while honoring his Polynesian roots. That was really cool. We have Eric McFarland III from the IMG Academy next year, class 2027, earns offensive MVP honors after a trick TD play, trick play that leads to a TD. Future star is loading up there. We've seen the 2026 Polynesian Bowl just deliver. It was really cool seeing these guys out there, man. And some commits actually, which is really, really neat. 19 local Hawaii athletes played their final high school game at home in front of family and friends and culture, which really meant a lot, as we just talked about too. Some of these guys aren't even going on to the next level playing football. I mean, they may or they may not, but some of them are, don't get me wrong, they're going on to the next level. But obviously they're coming to the mainland. They're going to be playing here. They may not go back to Hawaii to play in front of their family. So that's what I meant. Now, obviously, all these guys are going somewhere to a college. But I just want to go ahead and throw out a couple guys, man. Malaki Sulai, this guy, how do you say it, Teran? I know Malachi.
Yeah, Malachi.
Sulai Tui. Going to UCLA. So we're going to see a little bit about him right here in LA, Teran. Another Malachi, headed to Michigan. He was a big talking point on last night's show or last night's game. Talk about this game real fast, man.
Yeah, it was, as you mentioned, it was one of the more lower scoring games. There were some scoring courtesy of Eric McFarland. He made a big time play. And also there was Selassie Mo, who was actually the number one player in Utah.
That's right.
He actually was slated to go to Utah because Kyle Whittingham recruited him, but now he's going to Michigan because, well, Kyle Whittingham retired and now he's going to Michigan. So now that Selassie Mo is going from Utah to Michigan. So you had that right there. And then you also had Sloan Kaho hitting Ohio State commit Chris Henry Jr. for a touchdown as well. So less offense, more defense, but it was still a very exciting game.
It was awesome, man. I enjoyed it. I know these defensive guys went out there and got after it, man. And again, these are stars that you are going to be seeing, ladies and gentlemen. Some of these guys are going to be headed out to that next level, and it's going to be really cool to see them, So again, just big ups to all of these guys who went out there and played, and it's super cool. I love the uniforms, dude. Every single year, these uniforms are freaking gas. Like, I love it. They are awesome. And I really enjoyed seeing them out there play. They played in the Hawaii Stadium, University of Hawaii Stadium, and just really, really, really cool. So again, great seeing these guys out there playing. How about Chris Henry Jr.?
Really great guy, really great player. And yeah, as a guy who's kind of seen some of his games, he is the real deal, and Ohio State's getting a good one.
Again, Terrence said it best years ago. Ohio State does not recruit; they reload. I mean, they do recruit, but they don't rebuild. They reload. Yeah, they recruit. They rebuild. Yeah, no rebuilding. Zero rebuilding. They just reload, and that's exactly what they do. So really cool, man. I'm happy to see these guys, continue to go on to continue their careers in football. And the Polynesian Bowl just delivers such a cool stage for them. Teran, it's funny. Last night watching this game, it was funny because it was like, our time, like 5, 6, 7. Obviously, the stupid daylight saving time. God. Did we not?
Yeah, it was like a 2-hour difference over in Hawaii.
Well, yeah. Well, 3, right? I mean, but still, what makes me mad is or it's 2, right? It's 2 hours.
Yeah, it is
just right for right now. I guess it makes me mad. We voted on this, Teran. I thought we voted as a country to get rid of daylight saving time like 5 years ago. And why does it exist like anymore? I get the old reason, but oh my gosh. Anyway, ranting over. But I will say, And let's say I kind of got watching those games in Hawaii, like the Hawaii Bowl and everything. It's kind of funny because you can get the sense of what East Coasters get watching games in California. Like it's dark outside, it's still sunny over there. You know what I mean? Like usually for us, it's like, well, it's still sunny over there, but it's dark. Okay, it's an East Coast game. So it's kind of funny. You know what I mean? You kind of get that feel. But anyway, Teran, so there you go, man. Great game. And I just want to bring this up. I totally forgot about this. I was over here ramping up the game as if it was going to be like something huge. But guess what, Teran? I freaking forgot about this. The Tropical Bowl was canceled in December. I'm a dummy. I totally forgot about this, but they did announce this like around like mid-December, about a month ago. And like I said that, event organizers and everything, it just wasn't intact. And basically it just they called it unforeseen circumstances beyond their control. So okay, but um, I know, unfortunately, there was the passing of Michael Corte, the founder of the game, and yeah, it's kind of crazy. His brother Preston Corte stepped in to help manage operations before this decision to cancel this year was final. So I hope everything's cool. I hope we can get this game back soon because it was another good showcase for these guys to get out there and show what they got to build their draft stock. But yeah. So anyway, Teran, there you have it, man. Good some good football there at the lower levels, and just getting all that stuff going in gear and everything. So okay, so with that said, again, as I told you already, we're going to do a special show for the national championship tomorrow. But before we do that, man, we got ourselves a little NFL to get on into. Little bit, just a tad bit, Darren, because now that all the college and high school is dwindling down, it's kind of takes center stage right here in the NFL, as you know. I mean,
well, before we go on, I also want to give a shout to my good buddy Greg Biggins of 24/7 Sports, who is part of the Polynesian Bowl. I think he's on the committee for it, so
cool.
I just want to give him a shout out. I know him; he's a great recruiter. Just an overall amazing guy, and he has some knowledge of volleyball.
That's actually pretty sweet. Gotta show him some love, man. That's really
I met him
cool.
in person. Really nice guy.
That's really cool. Shout out to him, man. That's really cool. Maybe we can get him on the show one day, man. That's really cool. Yeah. I like that, man. So thank you for that. But yeah, man. So with that said, let's get on in to good morning to you. Appreciate everybody, man. Again, tuning in. We love it. Thank you for all the interaction, man. Let's get on into that NFL. So, really quick. Really quick. Teran, I know Wild Card Weekend wasn't the kindest to you. Sorry, sir. Sorry. But it was something. It was, in fact, something. What kind of something it was for everybody? That depends on the team you love. But it was something, man. Wild Card Week. I'm that old school guy that's always going to be mad. Go back to 17 weeks. Get rid of this stupid new playoff format. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just me. I'm always going to be that way. Please don't add any more games. It's just stop trying to grab everybody's money. That kind of thing. But whatever. Okay. Now, going on into or recapping Wild Card Weekend was pretty fun, man. And kind of funny. I was, we always like to play the flow here because obviously we don't know who and when or whatever. Our insiders and everybody will show up. But it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. I actually sent the link out to everybody. And guess what, Teran? We got one show. So you know what? To reward this guy, we're going to bring him on the show today to help us recap Wild Card Weekend and, of course, talk about the divisional round. Do you know who that guy is, Teran?
I think I know.
Well, you do now. Ladies and gentlemen, our boss and insider, Mr. Brian Francione. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
What's up, guys? Thank you for last week, Teran.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I was hoping he would come in with something like that, and he did.
Yeah, and proving the Sayers wrong, the Pats win their first playoff game since right before COVID in 2019, which was won by Mike Vrabel as a head coach, surprisingly. when he coached the Titans at the time. Brady threw a pick six, and that was his last pass ever at Gillette Stadium. Now there's a statue in front of it, and a lot has changed since then. Unfortunately, the world has changed. When I had to talk about that, we had to talk about the wild card and divisional weekend. There's a great wild card weekend against Teran's Chargers, for sure.
Good old Teran right now is not feeling the best. But well, before we get there, again, I wanted to bring you on. Like I said, you're the only one who showed up, so I wanted to bring you on to talk about the whole wild card weekend with us here. So let's start on last Saturday, man. All right, Teran, this was just one of those games where I really thought the Rams were done. I was so embarrassed and ashamed of them because all year long I was all over them. And I will say this though, again, the dude we have been ranting and raving about for years, man, since he was at Modern Day. Bryce Young showed out, man. You know what? These Panthers are on their way. So the Rams survive a classic, edging out the Panthers 34-31 in wild card weekend. Matthew Stafford delivers late once again. He found Colby Parkinson with 38 seconds left. Puka Nacua was unstoppable. Teran, your thoughts, man? The Rams move on.
Yeah, Rams made this one a little bit closer than expected, but they were able to pull it off. And sometimes that's just how you got to win. I mean, the Rams defense has not been impressive as of late. It was actually pretty good throughout most of the season, but now it's kind of taken a decline ever since that Panthers loss. So Rams have really got to figure it out defensively. Otherwise, they're going to need Matthew Stafford to put on the Superman cape, which he actually hurt his finger in that game. So hopefully for Stafford's sake, it's nothing more than just a little bit of a sprain, but Rams cannot be playing with fire like that. So hopefully for their sake, they figure it out before their next game, before tomorrow when they play Chicago on NBC.
That's going to be fun. So real quick, Brian, you want to chime in on this one?
Oh, yeah. What a great start to Wild Card Weekend, especially the game that the networks didn't want to carry, but it was a classic as an early Saturday slot. Bryce Young did look great in the second half, and it was back and forth. Puka Nacua with 2 first-half touchdowns. You can't beat that, and they got Devontae Adams involved. But Chuba Hubbard came to life, even though he took a backseat to Rico Dowdle most of the season. But it wasn't enough for the Panthers. Young didn't have the magic as the Rams did move on to play Chicago, and what could be a classic game right after my team tomorrow on NBC. So
that's gonna be fun.
I am not shocked the Rams won. I had them in our wild card thing, but I was shocked at how close the Panthers made, even though they did beat the Rams early in the regular season. But with the NFC South, the team that deserved to get in the most played the game, the Saints and the Falcons, to get one of those teams, whether it was the Bucs or the Panthers in, and the Panthers got in due to a Falcons victory. So pretty impressive there. Way to get in.
I'm excited, man. I love this. Like, I love this, how close the game was. So here we go. Let's do it. Let's go on in. Well, actually, you know what? Let me click on this really fast. I just want to bring one thing up too about this game that I really liked a lot. Teran, how many weeks did I have the Rams as my number 1 team? Right? I mean, I had them in my power rankings all freaking season long. Well, not all season long, because I mean, they just don't die, do they? They don't die. The goddamn Patriots don't die. They're like the freaking Terminator. I swear.
They're like cockroaches.
They are.
The sewer rats.
You will not hold the Patriots down. And this year, again, I had the Rams as like my number 1. And out of nowhere, the Patriots won a game. They won. Well, first they lost to the Raiders, which is my team, which Super Bowl 60 Raiders, right there. Champions in week 1. We did it. That's right.
I posted on our chat about how Boston fans don't have it good, and one of our Dolphins and our insider who lives in California who likes random teams, Josh Ritter, say, "Yeah, never winning anything again before 2055." And you're gonna like it, and that's what might have started a rerun. Was we beat the Dolphins the week after, and then the rest was history, and we're in the divisional round weekend. Who would have thought back in the week 1 chat?
So exactly. And that's where I'm saying the Rams were my number 1 team a lot of the year. And then the Patriots came out of nowhere, and there was no way I had the Patriots as the number 1 team for like 5 or 6 weeks. Like I'm sorry. They're just too good. So it blows me away. I know, but really quick before, and I'm glad because, well, silly me, for some reason, band is just being an a-hole today. So I unfortunately couldn't get the link over to him earlier, even though I sent it like 50 minutes ago. But I'm glad he can join us now. And you know what? He's going to join us as well for all this fun recap stuff.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming for his first appearance on any IE Sports radio show. You've seen him as an insider. You've seen him all over the place when it comes to those Buffalo Bills. And, well, guess what? Brian don't like him. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in Adam S. to the show. How's it going, sir?
How is it going, gentlemen? Happy Divisional Saturday.
Happy Divisional Saturday.
Happy Divisional Saturday.
Happy Divisional Saturday.
Look at Brian. Brian's like, I'm leaving. Brian.
He has to get the job done today, so.
Hey, if we get the job done today, and I picked you guys to beat the Texans.
Yeah,
So
you guys
I did too.
I will be burning sage in the backyard like a Catula Indian to exercise those Brady demons and get it.
So I'm gonna burn sage.
33-3 record all time.
I'm sorry. That was great. That made my day. Oh no. Oh, I love the show. I'm sorry. Had to get that little laugh out there, you guys. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, good one there, Adam.
Hey,
Yeah, gotta get him.
40 some odd years of Bill fandom. I'll do anything at this point short of sell my soul. You know, that's already been sold, mortgage price. So
I don't think I want to know what you did to get to that part.
It's those damn Patriots. I'm telling you, they do not. They're like the freaking Terminator, man. I swear. Like, no matter what, blow them up, and they freaking walk out with red eyes glowing. Like, it's like freaking for real. So anyway, Teran, let's get on back to our recap here. Actually, Adam, did you want to weigh in? Last week we just finished up talking about the Rams nearly falling to the Panthers, but moving on. Your thoughts?
that was a beautiful way to start Wild Card Weekend. I mean, I hate to say this, you know, especially with my mortal enemy, you know, 2 inches away on screen. The only letdown game was the Patriots and Chargers. Every other game was tooth and nail, you know, biting knuckles. So it's a miracle I didn't wind up in the ER with severed fingers and alcohol poisoning from the Bills game. But if that's what the playoffs hold, today and tomorrow are going to be incredible.
Oh, let's get on into the next one. This next recap, Teran, the Bears storm back at Soldier Field. What in the WWF? They stunned the Packers 31-28.
What a great game that
Caleb
was.
Williams delivers in the clutch, capping off a furious fourth quarter rally with the game-winning touchdown to DJ Moore. Oh, I remember when that guy got drafted. I mean, incredible stuff there. Teran, what the crap? Tell me.
So remember when the Jaguars came back from a 27-0 deficit against the Chargers 3 years ago? This is kind of what that game reminded me of. The Packers were dominating throughout a majority of the game, but there was somewhere in the back of everyone's mind thinking that the Bears could somehow come back because they had like maybe 6 or 7 comebacks in the final 2 minutes for this year, and that's what they did against the Packers. But the Packers were up by 21-3 at one point. It just felt like the Packers were in control of this game for a majority of the game, but then the Bears just started to making their comeback early on in the quarter, and then they just kept working away at it left to right. The problem is the special teams, man. Like, you gotta make your kicks and whatnot, because that's the difference between winning games and losing games. And like the old saying goes, football is a game of inches and a game of points for that matter too, just because missing all those kicks really came back to haunt Green Bay. So unfortunately, the Packers see their season come to an end. They could have done the most amazing thing ever in terms of being a 7 seed, upending a 2 seed yet again. But Chicago continues its amazing season.
They do, and what a season it was. So we're trying to
And
get
now
these kind of
Packers
quick.
fans know what it's like to have bad special teams because the Bears 7 years ago had that whole kick, the double doink against
I
the
remember that.
Eagles.
I remember that. So real quick, guys, this is what we want to, kind of just get through this as quick as we can. Obviously, I know we can talk football for hours on here, but I want to make sure we're getting through it. So real quick, guys, your guys' quick and dirty thoughts. Adam, we'll start with you this time. You're good. You're good, Teran. You're good.
That, like I said, again, another great game. Is Caleb Williams ready to take that next step? Is he ready to move up to that next tier? What is it? Nick calls it Mahomes Mountain. Is he ready to reach that next ledge? Jordan Love may have backslid a little bit, but I still think he's the quarterback of the future in Green Bay. I don't think he's going anywhere.
He looked good. Brian, your thoughts on this game?
What an incredible game. It should have been if the cheapest ticket was $1,400 going on StubHub for that rivalry game. I know Adam and Dan, they were like, I remember the second time these two teams played each other on a special Saturday night. Our chat was blowing up with those two. Those two teams don't like each other at all. So it was what a 4th and 8 conversion from Caleb Williams to DJ Moore to start this comeback. That was unbelievable. First half, Jordan Love does what he does best. He diverses his ball to different receivers, Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, all getting a touchdown pass, and Jalen Reed too. It was all for most of the season, but Chicago did have the better run game with Swift and Monaco. They're going to be even better next year. Let's see what they do against the Rams for tomorrow. We'll get into that a little later on this show. But holy cow, I thought this game was going to overtime, but it was determined on a last 40-yard play, 40-yard line the Packers had possession on. And what a game. I had to pick the Packers just because I knew Joey was picking the Bears, even though that could have gone either way because this is a year anyone can win it. But what a phenomenal game. Stop giving Prime one of the great football games, please. So we don't hurt ourselves to watch it.
Oh, that's annoying.
That's my opinion. Caleb Williams did a great job. Proved he is ready to take that next step. But loving them, that whole NFC North is going to be even better next year. So that will be an interesting division to watch.
It's going to be fun. So next game, again, that was fun Saturday last week. Let's get on into this week because this was on to, I guess you could say, the cut Saturday, Sunday. So let's get on to Sunday. This was awesome, man. And this is a game where Adam does not want to talk about, and I don't not for 1 second blame him because let's just all be real here. I thought the Bills were dead in the water. In my opinion, and I feel horrible for saying this, especially with Adam here, and you guys have heard me say this already, I picked the goddamn Bills to win the Super Bowl like the last 3 years running, and they have irritated the living crap out of me because they can't seem to do it, and it's frustrating. And I'm trying to get the feel-good story over here, and it's not happening. And I finally just said, F it. I'm like, yeah, Bills are done, whatever. I didn't even think they were going to make the playoff. I mean, they did, but I was like, they're going to fizzle out. And then out of nowhere, the goddamn Jaguars, which a team of, they're so weird. I mean, you get this from the Jaguars. It's like an eclipse. It's like, you know what I mean? Like you can almost time it. Like it's going to happen, but it's going to be far apart from one another where the Jaguars are actually solid for like one season. Next year, they'll be back to like 5 wins. But this year, they're playoffs. Because remember, like 2017, they were really good. And then they lost in like the AFC Championship. Remember that? Like,
yeah. I was there at that game. What a game to be at. I'm like, are they actually going to lose to the Jaguars out of all teams?
So
I still think he was down.
I know. I remember that. Yes, I still think so too. But Josh Allen puts the team on his back late, sealing the 27-24 thriller over the Jaguars with the clutch touchdown and the game-ending interception. Buffalo earns its first road playoff win in 33 years. Ladies and gentlemen, that is nearly my entire life. Adam, your thoughts on this?
Just to let you know, I was a sophomore in high school the last time the Bills won a road game.
Yeah. Sorry, Adam.
Hey, oh no. I've earned my years, brother. Trust me. That game, like I said, about put me away. The liquor cabinet definitely sustained some severe harm, but I don't know I don't know how they're doing it. I swear to God, this team is held together with bubble gum and baling wire. But when it comes time to get the job done, Josh goes into the phone booth, puts on the cape. In some cases, Cyrus Torrance says, "You know what, 260-pound quarterback, I'll carry you to the end zone. Save the ankle, brother." It's maybe this is the year. Maybe, like I said, they've had superstars. They've had Vaughn. They've brought in all these high-dollar free agents, and now we're doing it with, for the most part, draftees, re-signees, and free agent cast-offs. And they balled. Now, we did take a bunch of lumps in that Jacksonville game, but we'll get into that later on when we talk about today.
Yeah.
The Bills, I don't want to throw out the TOD term, but the way this season has gone and the way 17 has played, if it happens, I'm taking 2 weeks off of work. I'm going to Buffalo and partying with Western New York and Southern Ontario for 2 weeks. And like I said, that party is going to be ridiculous. It's going to make Mardi Gras look like a Thursday at a frat house.
You guys, he said, I'm sorry, I'm still laughing about this. He said they're held together by bubblegum and baling wire. I'm sorry, that's funny. That's very funny to me. But yeah, if the Bills get this done, because I'm fed up. I'm like, okay, screw it, they're not winning. Like, I've been like on them for years now. And I'm like, if you ever had your window, the window is like about to close because guess who's back? The freaking Patriots. I mean, the Patriots had their nosedive I know, look at Adam's like throwing up over there. I know. The Patriots had their nosedive that we never thought we would see. I didn't. My gosh, the Patriots started being like the dynasty we knew for 20 years, right when I started to like really get into football when I was like 10. Okay. So, I mean, I remember watching the game with my dad, seeing Bledsoe go down and seeing this kid come in from Michigan. And well,
I started watching, ironically.
That's kind of crazy. And then a couple years later, I was watching. I'm not gonna talk about that game. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go on to the next game. But yeah, now that Adam is intrigued over there, yeah, I remember watching with my dad. Rest in peace. Passed a few years later, but as a middle schooler, happy as can be, watching on my couch. We were all happy, and Rich Gannon's back, getting ready to deliver. And I'm sorry, not Rich Gannon. Tom Brady is back, ready to deliver. Charles Woodson knocks the freaking ball out of his hands. It was a fumble. The referees mysteriously huddle up together, and I think some money was exchanged. And until this day, Woodson's like, it was a fumble. So again, Brady doesn't even deny it. Brady's like, it was the refs, not me.
I still admit, sorry to interrupt you, Larry. If the game went the other way, maybe the Raiders would still be in Oakland right now. You never know. Because
if that game would have went the other way, the Raiders would be in the
I remember
it
was a bad snowstorm that day. And me and my dad barely walked out of the house. It was like 20 inches of snow. We were at my dad's friend's house. I was really young at the time. So couldn't drink any alcoholic beverages, and it probably was a good thing. But
so again, that was my big what if, and now we will never know because the Raiders are 20-some years later still horrible. So anyway, we're gonna move on to that. But that was the Patriots.
By the way, Jacksonville not taking the points off of that turnover in the second quarter was what cost them.
Stupid.
Small. It's the little things that make the big difference.
Yep, and that's why Adam over there is celebrating. So good job, man. I'm happy for the Bills.
Just need to throw that out there.
No, and you are totally right. Moving on to the next game, the 49ers end. Well, actually, sorry. Did you want to weigh in on that just a little bit there, Brian?
I do, because the Bills Josh Allen was getting chirped at the whole game by Jacksonville defenders. I don't know how that guy was able to walk after, but obviously he's playing today. He's tough as nails, especially what looked like a tush push to convert on fourth down. He had 3 of his offensive linemen help team up. What teamwork that was to get that touchdown for Buffalo, and they drained a lot of that clock at the end to not give Trevor Lawrence a chance to win. And Brian Thomas Jr. actually did something. He scored a touchdown in that game, something I was missing from fantasy owners most of the year, and what the Bills would have loved to have a wide receiver one like they used to have with Diggs, and Shafir has kind of stepped in. That guy, he caught 12 passes, so that chemistry could build up today. We'll talk about that later. And what a sigh of relief Adam must have felt with that one, because my game wasn't as close, but that was a great game to watch. But it's going to be divisional weekend, should be good, but I'm ready to move on to the next game.
It's going to be fun. Well, the 49ers, a team that I had dead in the water a long time ago. I still don't know how the hell they're here. And, of course, they would knock off the defending champs. I mean, as fate would have it, right? They end the Eagles' title defense with a 23-19 road win in Philly, of all places. They actually do it on the road. What the hell's wrong with you, Eagles? Brock Purdy delivers late, connecting with Christian McCaffrey, who I'm convinced is like the player of this decade. I mean, the guy is a freak. This guy, I love him. He's
awesome.
He's on a horrible team, but anyway, whatever. So for the go-ahead touchdown after a gutsy trick play from Juwan Jennings, which was pretty crazy, Niners get it done in Philly. Teran, what the crap happened? I'm still trying to figure this out.
Well, when one of your top receivers has bricks for hands when it matters most, that's kind of what happened. I mean, the big thing for the Eagles is that they should have fed the ball more to Dallas Goedert. He was kind of their best guy. He had a rushing touchdown. He also had a receiving touchdown. I think they should have fed the ball more to Dallas Goedert, more so than to A.J. Brown. I mean, even Devontae Smith was more effective than A.J. Brown. And Brown might have actually played his last snap in Philadelphia. But, man, what a terrible way to go out if you're the Eagles. But a great win for the Niners. I know they lost to George Kittle, which, man, you got to feel bad for him. But the Niners, even though they have so many injuries, they just continue to find ways to win. And now you got to wonder, is Kyle Shanahan going to be coach of the year? Is he coach of the year? Is it going to be Ben Johnson? Is it going to be Liam Cohen? Is it going to be Sean Payton? So many candidates for coach of the year. But for the Niners, this was an amazing win by them, because now every NFC West team advanced to the divisional round. Obviously with Seattle getting a bye. But, man, if you're the Eagles, you got to be sick.
Freaking crazy. Brian, your thoughts on this game, man?
What a great game, too. It was a game where we didn't see that much offense from these two teams. The Eagles are known, if they can outrun their other team, they win the game, because their passing game hasn't been existent all year for Jalen Hurts. And it showed when A.J. Brown missed a wide open pass that would have drained the clock and not from San Francisco to limit Brock Purdy's limits. But just like the Super Bowl a few years back, that would have been a highlight reel. We all talk about it. The Niners are beating the Chiefs. What a play from Jennings to McCaffrey. If McCaffrey stays healthy, he'll get the Niners to at least the divisional round each year. It's no saying it's tough to see Kittle go out like that, but A.J. Brown doesn't want to be there. Bring him to Foxborough, reunite him with Vrabel. I'd love to see that. I could not mention that Dallas Goedert scored the touchdown, but Jalen Hurts probably should have targeted him for more short passes. And it shows. And Jalen Carter should have been used more in the pass rush against Purdy and McCaffrey, because even though Barkley and McCaffrey didn't score a rushing touchdown, McCaffrey did get the receiving touchdown. It made a huge difference, because if the Eagles just stick to running the ball, they might have been in Chicago this weekend instead of the Rams going in. The Rams might have went to Seattle. But that's my thoughts. A great game overall for Fox. It was the Niners. If they stay healthy, they always go to at least a divisional round. So
true. That team has just but Eagles. Yeah, you deserve all the boos. Exactly. The boo birds need to be flying around Philly right now. Adam, your thoughts on that game?
I thought the nail in the 49ers season was Kittle going down. I thought that's it. You've got Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey, and that's about it. But somehow, and it's Shanahan. That's why I said, I think Teran mentioned it, coach of the year running. Somehow this man is piecing together wins and made Jalen Hurts look very uncomfortable the whole game. He was not the dip and dive, quick dart Jalen Hurts that we've seen in wins. And I expected that on the other side of the ball. I expected Brock Purdy to have a face full of that, that big green D line every time he got back. And it didn't happen. They got to, like I said, they got to him. They got pressure to him, but Purdy looked a lot more comfortable than Hurts did, and it should not have been that way. And that's why you got the result you got.
And that was something, wasn't it? Just to see that. I mean, that. God damn it, man! They got in their comfortability zone, like it's for some reason, somehow, some way. It's true, man. Shanahan, the guy, they're getting it done. Again, not a fan here of the Niners, whatever. But hey, they're getting it done, and congratulations, man. They're moving forward. I know, yeah, Terran's definitely not a fan either. But moving forward,
I will just say Demarcus Robinson also was a hero for the Niners as well.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes.
He stepped up when he needed to.
Yes. So moving on to that Sunday night game. I know Terran's like, oh my gosh, can you skip it? Adam wants to skip it too, but there's somebody here who does not want to skip it. So let's do it, man. The Patriots flex their muscle at home as they would.
Williams, shutting down. Vrabel, and the rest was at the end of the game. It
was awesome, man. But hold on, Brian. Hold on. So the Patriots flexed their muscle at home, man, shutting down the Chargers 16-3 to advance. A dominant defensive effort. He's harassed Justin Herbert all night, while Drake May sealed it with a fourth quarter touchdown strike to Hunter Henry. This game was something, man. Congratulations to the Patriots for doing what they do. Teran is just in misery over there. I know. Brian, take it away, man.
Oh, yeah. What a game it started out to be. We talk about in the Bills-Jaguars how they failed to take the points. Harbaugh should have taken the points. His opening drive would have put the Chargers up 3-0. They would have been down only 16-6 instead of 16-3, and they might have gotten a field goal on that last drive, and you never know. They might have gotten an onside kick. But their defense is really good, was tough for the Patriots as expected. Drake May didn't have the best start. A lot of young guys on this team, not a lot of postseason experience. But the last time the Chargers did come to the Patriots, they all said that the Patriots were all done, and they had Melvin Gordon at the time. And I think Hunter Henry was on that team. Keenan Allen was in his prime. But Christian Gonzalez, before he got injured this first half, he was all over Ladd McConkey and holding Keenan Allen. But like we said in the last game, how Hurts should have thrown to Gardner more. You guys should have utilized your rookie tight end, Oronde Gaston. He was their leading receiver with 4 catches for the Chargers. As Hampton, I'm disappointed he didn't stay healthy. I would have liked to see what we would have done against him, because Vidal is an on and off guy all year. One game he lights up your fantasy stats, the next game he'll get 1 point, and that's what kind of happened to the Chargers. Herbert does not look good in postseason play. I think it's 0-3 for him, and Drake May winning his debut, utilizing Hunter Henry as the game's only touchdown, which is kind of ironic since he played for the Chargers for a long time. And Kayshon Boutte getting these clutch deep plays to open up the third and fourth quarter for the Pats. Ramondre Stevenson, when you don't have to depend on him the whole game, he makes most of his limited opportunities when he splits with the Ohio State rookie Travion Henderson. Will Campbell didn't have the greatest game. He admits it. When you have Khalil Mack to defend against, it is really tough as the Pats got sacked 5 times. So that pass rush wasn't easy, but we utilized the best we can, going to short passes and utilize the running game. And it was a big result. Milton Williams had a phenomenal game that sealed the deal for us. And Landry might be hurt, but Spillane had a great game as well. Carlton Davis and Gonzalez got out with a concussion, but Gonzalez thankfully will be back tomorrow. That is my thoughts. Offense needs to be better this game against the Texans. We'll get into it in a little bit. Very happy to see a postseason win. If you had told me after the week 1 loss, I'd be happy we'd be talking about the divisional weekend with the Patriots. And I would have said you were crazy.
You're crazy. I get you. No, crazy stuff there. And what a way to get that done. Adam, you want to weigh in on any of this before we go to the dark cloud over there? I feel so bad. I'm sorry, Teran. I feel it. I feel because we were so hopeful for the Chargers this year. I was actually like, I picked them to win the AFC West this year. Like, I thought this team, who the hell are the Broncos? I'm sorry. Like, where did, excuse me? Anyway, but yeah, Adam, your thoughts on this game?
My first agita of this season was when the Patriots hired their head coach. They brought in Mike Vrabel, and don't let this go to your head there, Francione, but this team is a reflection of their head coach. Mike Vrabel is a 3 yards in a cloud of dust, get it done. I don't care if your finger's broken, cut my pinky off kind of coach. Right. And that's what the Patriots needed after Brady. Mm-hmm. Somebody who would, hug them when they needed it, but not be afraid to give them that backhanded consequence if they were screwing up. And that's why they are where they are now. And I think he's going to be there for the foreseeable future.
I love it. I'm sorry. I love it. We're gonna cut that clip out and put that on like a website or something. I guess because that's Vrabel. I grew up as a Vrabel fan. I was in high school when he was at his best with Brewski, so I modeled my game after those guys. Like I love those guys were my heroes. Obviously I wore 53 because of Romanowski.
Richard Seymour was a great pair with them as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. So, Teran, I'm sorry, bro. Your thoughts on the Chargers exit?
Yeah, everything just went wrong for them. I think, look, I'll just say this. I'll defend Jim Harbaugh for going for it. It was at the 2-yard line. If the Chargers were at the 1-yard line, I guarantee that would have been the perfect opportunity to go for the tush push or the power surge, as they call it. And I totally agree with that. But look, I get it. You want to be aggressive, but that's what happens when you roll the dice. In the defense of the Chargers, they had pinned the Patriots deep, but they just couldn't get to Drake May in time as he was able to dink and dump it off to, I think it was to Travion Henderson or Ramondre Stevenson for a 48-yard gain. And the big turning point of the game is when Drake May had that amazing run for like 30 yards, which got the Patriots in a field goal range, and the Patriots got 3 points at the end. So I think that was a big difference. I mean, the Chargers offense just couldn't get anything going, and it kind of starts with the offensive line. But there were a few throws that Justin Herbert did miss, unfortunately, and I get it, 0-3. He's 0-3 in the playoffs to start his career, but so is Peyton Manning. So all the Chargers need is like a better offensive line. I think the season ended, or the season was pretty much over when Joe Alt was announced he was out for the year, and that was just super tough loss right there because you need the offensive line to help out your quarterback and to pave the way for the run. And Brian said it best. Omarion Hampton would have been great to have fully healthy, but unfortunately, and he tried to give it a go, but they just realized it's not going to work out, and they had to roll with Kamani Vidal or Justin Herbert. So, unfortunately, it's another tough loss for the Chargers. I mean, I'll give it to the Patriots. They were great defensively. They were suffocating, but it's also kind of in due part to the Chargers' bad offensive line. So, and eventually the Chargers scrapped their offensive line coach, and they also scrapped Greg Roman, their offensive coordinator. So this is a big offseason for the Chargers. Need to get bigger and better offensive line help, especially at center, because like four of their offensive linemen, if not 3 of their offensive linemen, were pretty much in the bottom 4. Were pretty much at the bottom of the barrel in terms of like offensive line ranking in terms of PFF.
Dude, insane game. and I wanted better for the Chargers. I did. But this year, when I saw the Patriots, we saw that matchup. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I guess it was rough. So best, all the best for next season. Rough go for the Chargers here. One more game, man. Monday night, and I am so sick of it. I'm sorry. I feel like to get off my lawn, man. Now I'm Gran Torino right now. I don't care. This is getting. I hate this. I really hate the Monday night freaking wild card game. I hate 18 weeks. I hate all of this. I really hated it because Super Bowl is usually on my birthday, February 1st ish, and this year it would have been on my birthday, but no, the stupid extra week and then moving the Pro Bowl and all that crap. But anyway, one more Monday Night Football. I mean Monday Night Football wild card, wild card edition. Here we go. The Texans punks their ticket. I'm sorry, this is very funny for me. The Texans punks their ticket. And down go the Steelers. Peace out. Later. 30-6, man. These guys just knocked the crap out of the freaking the Steelers on the road. A dominant fourth quarter sealed it as CJ Stroud steadied the offense, man. Woody Marks, wow. This guy powered the ground game. In Houston, the defense just took over. Teran, your thoughts on this, man? And now Mike Tomlin's out as the head coach. I think they put him in. They took him in the back room and said, "Hey, dude, we think you should resign." Harbaugh is apparently a giant now, which is hilarious.
John Harbaugh.
Yeah. Good old John.
I see that.
So Teran, your thoughts on this?
So I remember Adam just said that Chargers Patriots was the worst game of the wild card week. I want to say this was the worst game of the week, just because, for starters, look, Rodgers, when he needed, he has the experience in terms of, and Steelers were at home against the Texans, and it was close through three quarters. I'll give it that. But honestly, the Texans, I think, just blew this one wide open. But CJ Stroud wasn't spectacular either. He kind of lost the ball a couple times, and thankfully Christian Kirk stepped up, as well as Woody Marks, as you said, Woody Marks, former USC Trojan. But the Texans, they just continue their streak of. This is their third straight year of winning in the wild card round. So they're able to get through the Steelers on the road. This was their first ever playoff win on the road, which is incredible if you ask me. So a great win for the Steelers, or a great win for the Texans. Steelers, once again, they've lost 7 straight playoff games. Man, and now they scrap Mike Tomlin, even though Mike Tomlin, quote unquote, stepped down. So Texans now have another test when they play the Patriots on the road. They'll have to do so without Nico Collins, but for the Steelers, it just was ugly offensively.
No, it definitely was. And again, our boy Marcus was great. Salute to you, sir, as well.
Challenge flag as to challenging that Steelers Texans was worse than Chargers Patriots.
Well, that's up for debate. Adam, your thoughts on this weird game?
That game and the Houston Texans in general so far are giving me 2000s Ravens vibes. It is a offense and a vicious defense. I'll just be honest about that. We played them, and that was the one time I saw Josh Allen just flustered by the constant pressure, don't know where it's coming from, that kind of thing. I don't know. I mean, it's a South Texas thing, but I see Houston Texans fans around here. The defense down here, they call the Border Patrol because ain't nobody getting through. And that's what they did they shut Pittsburgh down, which surprised me. And to be honest, the only reason I put the Chargers-Patriots game as the worst of the weekend was because I had some schadenfreude watching Aaron Rodgers look like a 43-year-old quarterback. Let's be honest. I think the last Horcrux has been destroyed and Voldemort is going to go into retirement. And like I said, the last of Aaron Rodgers, that I am very much looking forward to Texans Patriots this weekend. That one should be entertaining. That one we'll want to make sure you've got extra chin strap buckles and a couple extra mouthpieces handy, because I think there's going to be some popping in that game.
That's for sure. Good stuff there, Adam. Brian, let's finish it up. Let's wrap this up. Hear your thoughts on that Monday night game.
Oh, what a disaster of the game. If you're a defensive guy, it wasn't even a good defensive game, even though a very low scoring first 3 quarters of the game. And then the Woody Marks carried the Texans rush game, where in Christian Kirk was great for the even though CJ Stroud did have 5 turnovers and they ended up blowing out the team. No wonder why Tomlin had to step down. Aaron Rodgers did look like a guy past his prime. His receivers weren't there. Metcalf didn't click well. Even Kevin Gainwell, who he was able to throw short passes to all regular season long, was non-existent with the Texans front 4. They are like, as Adam said, the 2000s Ravens, or even some of these Giants defenses that beat us in the Super Bowl. I don't know if they're 85 Bears level, but They are one of the best defensive teams in all of football right now. That's why they're all the way there playing my team, is because CJ Stroud didn't have great games all regular season long, but the defense had carried this team through this long winning streak.
It's true. They look good, man. And the Texans, I want to see, can the Texans do it? Now, Brian's like, no, hell no. But
We'll see.
they've never been past the divisional round ever since they've been a team in 2002. So, yeah. Oh, no. No.
You just had to
Oh.
say that, didn't you, Brian?
He heard you. He heard you. The other Adam Karnick, Bears fan. No one is 85 Bears level. Yeah, I agree. And appreciate you, Marcus. Thank you, man. We got all kinds of new logos, new website. By the way, really quick chance to show everybody really fast. Want to go ahead and throw it out there, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not checked it out, you need to go on over and check out iesportsradio.com, man, because, well, we are loving it, doing it, enjoying it. Check out iesportsradio.com. We are actually live right now on iesportsradio.com. Check out our brand new landing page here. Explore our network. Show us some love. We have all of our shows set up. Super cool new graphics. The house is open. Are you looking to support your team? Are you that kind of fan like these two down here or over here? Actually, all three of them. Okay. Teran. Let me go ahead and get rid of the banner real fast. Teran, Adam, good old Brian. Okay. Would you like to support your team as an insider? Check us out. Hit the apply button right here. It'll take you on over to our application, Google Sheet, of course, or a Google form. Check us out. Check out. Oh, there he is. Speak of him, Mr. Adam, and obviously our TikTok there. Join the newsletter. Check out our blog. All kinds of goodies here at iesportsradio.com. And of course, iesportsradio.com/your show name, whichever it is for our webs for our network /3 and out. Guess what, y'all? We are live here on 3 and out as we speak on the website. So yeah, check us out. Show us some love. We appreciate you guys always for all of your support out there, all of our fans that have been tuning in for however long you've been a part of it. We appreciate you guys. New insiders page is coming for guys like Adam and good old.
And one
Brian.
thing I'd like to add before we move on, please, it's a fun time. We got a fun group chat. Everyone hates my team playing this weekend, but I still have fun anyways. And please apply, be an insider. Doesn't matter how many teams you'd like. Do the best you can. But please, if you have the disappearing act in mind, that is not necessary. You can sit this one out. So come on, join our team.
Join us up, man. We are growing by the day. We appreciate everybody. This is going to be a lot of fun. So, all righty, let's go ahead and get on into it, guys. We got about 30 minutes left here in the show. I know hopefully somebody got a piece out soon. Today, this was not the original format of the show, but since the links and everything got messed up, Adam and Brian, I just brought them in to do all the recaps and everything. So really quick, Adam, if you got a piece out after this one, you're good, no problem. But let's start it up, man, and get on into the preview of your game coming up in just a little bit. Here it comes. Where's my damn banner? There it is. Here it comes, man. Let's do it. The Bills head to Mile High. Well, they head a mile high, if you will, to face against the AFC's top seed, the Denver Broncos, which I'm still wondering how that even happened this year. And I watched every game. Bo Nix has Denver believing, as they say up there. But James Cook and the Bills' physical run game want to silence the noise. A trip to the AFC Championship is on the line. Talk to us, Adam. What you got?
Well, Franchione is also wondering how the Broncos are the 1 seed. I thought the Pats would have been the 1 seed personally. But that being said, here we go again, boys. Start out an early favorite. I think as of this morning, where it's either pick 'em or we're +1 again. Go figure. Again, got beat all the goodness last weekend injury-wise, but some big news. Big Ed is going to be back at DT today. Sanders is going to be back at wide receiver today. Mecole Hardman is going to be back at wide receiver today. So we are calling in all of the wide receiver hauntings that we brought to the Broncos last year. If you're the different team, don't get me wrong. Like I said, don't pull anything from it. But Sanders went off against the Broncos in the playoffs last year. That being said, I expect him to be more of a diversion than WR1 against the Broncos. Let's be honest. This offense runs through three people: Josh Allen, James Cook, and Dalton Kincaid.
Oh, yeah.
And if they can't stop two of those three, it's going to be a very long and winding game for the Broncos. I expect the Bills to try to play more ball control. They don't want to get into a 48-41 shootout with the Broncos, especially with the defense being as battered as it is. And our best cornerback right now is what, 30? How old is he? 35, 36-year-old Trey White. He balled out last weekend too. So you know what? They've gotten into Bill Murray's secret sauce from Space Jam because it was
Michael Jordan's.
No.
I mean, Bill Murray has secret sauce too, I'm sure. That was great.
I expect, like I said, I think this one's going to look a lot like last week. I think in my preview video, I said 23-20-ish kind of game. I expect some hitting. Can we get pressure on Bo Nix, and will he hopefully not be able to crack the code of the disguised coverages that gave Trevor Lawrence fits last week? If we can do that, we can win and probably save my liver and my psyche a lot of damage and not have to wait till the last 50 seconds again. But like I said, it's going to be entertaining. There's not a game this weekend that doesn't have me saying, "Oh, the Godfather marathon's on." No, I'm putting my butt on the couch and I'm watching all four games the next 2 days. And I expect us to, again, go into Denver, get the win, and then I will be glued to Texans-Patriots because Houston's only a 4-hour drive. And if you don't think I'll make that, if that's the championship game, I can't go to New England because work's sending me across the other end of the state the following Sunday. But like I said, I'm ready for this. I'm gonna stick with 23-20 type game. I think Josh Allen and James Cook look for about 150 to 200 on the ground, and then Kincaid and Moss just when they need them, that 15-20 yard pass.
It's gonna be nice, man. Adam, again, we appreciate you, man. I know. Did you have to head out now? My apologies, man. But I didn't want to keep you, but it was fun. It was fun having you aboard. Today we flipped things around a little bit, but it was fun. But before we do that, I want to do this, just in case you had to leave, because this is not going to happen again. This is hilarious. I love it. We're gonna swap Adams, and we're gonna let go of an Adam to bring in an Adam. Ooh. I feel like we're doing science here, but ladies and gentlemen, welcome in here, Bears fan, Chicago insider, and one of the co-hosts of Neutral Zone, and at least he gets a chance to meet the other Adam face to face. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Karnick, we welcome to the stage. How are you, sir?
Karnick.
Good morning. How's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
My behind off.
Good to see everybody. Yeah, we're just doing a hockey substitution here. One goes off the board, and the other comes off the bench.
Talk about Neutral Zone.
Yeah, I know, right? Yes. I know. I'm loving it. But Adam, I mean, did you have to leave? Sorry about that, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I gotta go start the living room tailgate, and I've been sitting outside in 48-degree weather for South Texas. That's freaking Arctic. So I will see you. I'll see.
Don't break too many tables.
Go Bills.
What's it?
We appreciate you, Adam. Take care, man. We'll see you soon. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, that was Go Bills. I love it. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, of course, glad to have him here. I was fun having him for that that long part of the show, Mr. Adam S. Always fun talking about them Bills here. And wow, he said 48. That's to Adam Karnick. He's like, is it summer?
I'm checking right now. It's he's 48. He's cold. Yeah, it's 17 here where I am. He's fine.
He's okay. Teran, you and I are at 57 right now.
Yes.
So, it's nice and sunny.
Can confirm.
I'm 33 degrees right now, even though I haven't gone outside today.
The cold people are here. The cold ones. It's okay. It's okay.
It was It was warmer in the hockey rink for my daughter's practice than it was outside.
Comprehend that, everybody listening, if you can. Oh my gosh. Okay,
It was
yeah.
warmer in the rink.
I love that. There's a big sheet of ice, and it's warmer in there than that's my kind of place. I like that. I like that. Well, with that said, let's get on through these real quick, Adam, before we move forward. We're just talking about all the games. Would you like to give your thoughts on the first game of the weekend? Bills heading up a mile high to take on the Broncos.
Oh, Bo Nix is the giant question mark, isn't he?
Yes,
He's got to be for that one. I mean, you talk about you got Josh Allen, who's the most he's in the AFC, the most experienced quarterback left in the tournament. He's feeling like, this is finally his opportunity because Mahomes isn't here and he's got the chance now. And Bo Nix, on the other hand, is basically just happy-go-lucky right now.
Very. So this is going to be fun. I mean, anybody else? I mean, I know your thoughts, but real quick, Brian, your thoughts on this too, man. My apologies. I know we let Adam have the floor for his preview there. Your thoughts?
His game, I'm looking forward to watching this game. There's not going to be a bad divisional game all weekend. I know Adam's going to hope for the last game it's a bad game because of the weather that's going to be in Chicago, but obviously this will be the Denver will have their mile-high home field advantage that was Tom Brady's kryptonite over the years when we lost so many playoff games in Denver. One we could have won if they didn't reverse champ Bailey's interception fumble recovery, but that's in the past. This is now. So Nick Bonito, I think his name is, leads the Broncos in sacks, and you don't think they're not going to pressure, and Greenlaw is going to pressure Josh Allen? You're out of your mind, because I expect the Bills to win this game, but it's all going to depend if James Cook can show up for the ground game. And don't forget, everyone forgets about this guy for the Broncos, even though J.K. Dobbins got out for the year. Their rookie, R.J. Harvey, is improving, making good use of his opportunities. So if Buffalo's secondary is covering Cortland Sutton and Troy Franklin, who has experience with Oregon with Bo Nix, it's going to be a long day for them. But Buffalo just has to make sure one of their receivers gets open, whether it's Keenan Coleman or Khalil Shafir, or Dalton Kincaid. It depends what receivers show up is going to make a huge difference for this game, because obviously with two great defenses and a tough mile-high home field advantage, this game should be super close, but I'm pulling in 30-27 Buffalo. I think we're going to play them in a rivalry AFC championship game. Maybe it's just what I'm hoping for. Who knows? But that's my prediction.
That looks good. That sounds, I could see that. Teran, you're weighing.
Yeah, this one's going to be an interesting game. I think Bo Nix is an anomaly. I will say Buffalo along with Houston are the most experienced teams in the remaining at least on the AFC side. And I think that gives them an advantage. Now, defensively, I think the advantage goes to Denver, but can Buffalo do what they did last year? Can they beat Denver in the playoffs? Last year, they had the luxury of beating Denver in Buffalo, and that was Bo Nix's first start. This time around, the roles are reversed. Buffalo is on the road. Can Buffalo no longer be the bridesmaids, and can they actually make it to the AFC Championship and eventually to the Super Bowl? And like Adam said, no Mahomes, no Joe Burrow, no Lamar Jackson, no more excuses for Josh Allen. So that being said, I'm taking Josh Allen and the Bills to take down the Broncos.
That is fun. I love it. You better believe I'm going Bills all day, just because obvious reasons. I don't care if I get the pick wrong. I don't care. I can't do that. I'm sorry. So yeah, great game right there. Looking forward to it. Next one up on the docket, man. Of course, coming up later on tonight, Sam Darnold and Jackson Smith-Njigba lead the Seahawks into another showdown with Christian McCaffrey and the battle-tested 49ers, who, again, I'm still trying to figure out how the hell they beat the Eagles last week. Seattle already handed Frisco a loss. Well, they already handled them in Week 18, okay? Obviously, we've seen that. We get it. I know what Week 18 is. But can they do it again, this time with the season on the line? So this is something Teran, your thoughts?
So this one is the rubber match between these two teams. Both these teams are 1-1 against one another. Both these teams have had their great defensive moments. It's been more defensive orientated. This one is rather tricky. No George Kittle. Fred Warner tried to come back, but unfortunately to no avail. So which version are we going to get of the Niners? Are we going to get the version where they show up and they don't make excuses? And same with Seattle. Are we going to get the Sam Darnold that is going to be Superman and that helped lead the Seahawks to 14 wins and the number 1 seed? Or are we going to get Sam Darnold who winds up seeing ghosts when it matters most? So look, this one could go either way, but I think the Seahawks, based off of attrition, will take this one. And I think their defense is definitely legit. Not 85 Bears level. No one is 85 Bears level, as Adam said. But I think the Seahawks and their defense will rise to the occasion. Seahawks are better on the road, but this is a home playoff game for them. It's been a minute since Seattle has hosted a playoff game, not since 2021, aka post-COVID, where they wound up losing to the Rams. But this is the Seahawks' time to shine. Give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, I would think so as well. I'm agreeing with that. Adam Karnick, your thoughts?
Do the 49ers have anyone left that can play defense at this point?
No.
They are the walking wounded on defense. Oh my goodness sake. I know that the 49ers will play well. It will be a tough game. Going into Lumen Field, that place can get absolutely bonkers when the crowd gets into it, especially in a playoff game. The atmosphere there, that is an outdoor stadium that plays like a dome. I don't know how the
place you will fall off if you go to a game there.
The feat of engineering, when they designed that stadium, it just keeps everything inside at field level. That crowd's going to be rocking. And I know that Sam Darnold has a tendency to turtle in when the lights shine bright. He tends to look for the shadows. But even what Seattle doesn't do well, the 49ers don't defend well. So even Seattle's weaknesses just don't line up well against the 49ers. I think Seattle wins. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. It's a divisional game. San Francisco's going to have pride. It's going to stay close, but I like Seattle in this one.
A good pick. Okay, Brian, bring us home.
This is going to be a great game to watch. It'd be even greater if the Niners didn't have 6 or 7 defensive guys on IR, including Bosa, who they are going to miss tremendously today.
Yes.
Because you can talk about Smith-Njigba has been phenomenal for Seattle. Wasn't for them, they probably wouldn't have the number 1 seed, as he makes a huge difference for Sam Darnold to not see ghost and have the 12th man rise and help this team out. Kenneth Walker's supposed to be a really great runner, but Charbonnet, whichever one, it doesn't matter. They show up to run most of the time, and you've got CMC one half healthy for the other side for the Niners, and they're going to have to depend a lot on Dwan Jennings, and probably Luke Farrell will sub in for Kittle as tight end today. But who do they have left? This team's like walking with crutches playing every game, and they're somehow in the divisional round. If Shanahan does deserve Coach of the Year, it will be because of that. I expect a really close game, but if offensive guys for Seattle doesn't show up and make good use of their opportunities with the San Francisco pass rush having a lot of guys on IR, then they don't deserve to win this game. But I'm going to go 24-17 Seahawks. I do expect the Seahawks defense to be really tough for the Niners, especially if Christian McCaffrey does struggle. These guys, like Terrence said, it's a rubber match. Week 1, San Francisco squeaked it out. Again, where Kittle did get injured in that game. And then Seattle made an upset on Saturday a few weeks back. So I expect a little higher scoring, but you don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if one team did run off the clock and ran away with a 2-possession point touchdown. It has happened in divisional weekends in the past where we expect games to be really close, but it's a blowout. it can go either way, but I'm going 24-17 Seattle.
Good pick, man. Okay, we're all like that. We're all going Seattle. Let's see what happens. And you're right, the walking wounded. I like how Adam described, because it's the truth, man. I don't know what the hell. I recently saw a video of there's a factory near Levi and their training facility of why they're always getting hurt. Like I mean, seriously, like they are the most injured team like in the last like decade. It's incredible. But all right, moving on to tomorrow's game. Let's see how long we got. We got 20 minutes max left in the show here, so let's run through it. But divisional round, Drake May in New England rolling, but CJ Stroud and the Texans just dominated Pittsburgh. Not like that was very hard, and won't be intimidated in Foxborough. At least I don't think. Defense, discipline, quarterback poise really decides who moves on. Next stop, AFC Championship. Brian, talk to us.
Of course, I'm going to pick my team, but before we get into it, a lot of people would think out of the 4 games, this is the least appealing. Especially, this is what scares me tomorrow. Houston might be super motivated to come out, especially when all the networks don't view them that high. They can't schedule them early Saturday because they played Monday night. They held off the networks and time slot release because they want to know if the Steelers had beaten them, they would have put Aaron Rodgers versus Pats at the late game and put Adams' game, the 3 o'clock game. And they're probably going to feel disrespected. I know I would if I were there. D'Amico Ryans has done a phenomenal job with this team. This is a huge test for Will Campbell, as he did struggle against. If you think the Chargers pass rush is good, the Texans are even better. Will Anderson is a phenomenal defensive. And Darrell Hunter leads the whole league in sacks. I think he has 15 on the year. That's going to be a tough test for Morgan Moses and Will Campbell. The offensive line has to get the best showing they've had all season to protect Drake May. It's going to come down to whether it's Stroud or Drake May. They both had games where they struggled last week, but pulled out. Whichever quarterback struggles the least, the team's going to win. Because obviously my team can run. Stevenson's been phenomenal since he came back from injury. Now that he knows he has to compete with the phenomenal rookie in Travion Henderson for carries. He didn't have the best game last week with Henderson. But hopefully Diggs has revenge on his old team. That's going to make a huge difference if Kayshon Boutte can get going like he did last week. Mm-hmm. But I love our defensive line. We're all finally got healthy compared to the Niners' defensive line. But Harold Landry III, who leads our team in sacks, if he's questionable tomorrow, Christian Gonzalez is probable, thank God, because we're going to need him. Because I'm disappointed Nico Collins isn't going to be healthy enough to play, because I want to play our best, but Christian Kirk is going to probably show up. And let's see what these Texans rookie receivers I made them. Do they show up when no one expects it to? I'm going to go with a little bit high score, and everyone expects the under to cash big. I'm going to go with 31-27 Patriots. I think we're going to pull this out. Both offenses have a lot to prove. Everyone's going to bet their money so hard on the under, but it might snow tomorrow, may not.
We'll see how that goes. I'm looking forward to that game, Brian. Adam, your thoughts on this crazy game?
I have to apologize, Brian, first of all, because the statistic and the numbers I'm about to pull out have been used against the Bears all season too, and I have to fight against it. But there is some relevance. You can only play the teams on your schedule. You can only beat the teams that are on your schedule. You should never apologize for beating the teams on your schedule. No. But the Patriots had the easiest schedule of any team in the NFL this year. They should not apologize for their record. They are what they are. Yeah. But you take the splits of the games when Drake May was playing against a team that ultimately finished with a losing record, and when he played against a team that made the playoffs or had a winning record. Now, admittedly, that sample size is a lot smaller, but his numbers are drastically worse. He had an even number of touchdowns to interceptions against teams with a winning record as opposed to the lesser teams. His quarterback rating was lower. Yardage was lower. The overall effect on the team was a lot worse. I do not want to say that the Patriots are frauds, because again, you can only beat the teams that you play against, but this is going to be a massive step up in class for New England. And I think I would not be surprised at all to see Houston have some more success than people would expect against the Patriots. I'm still going to lean New England, but Houston's going to give them a run for their money.
That is good. Oh, that was good. Okay, Brian was a little worried there. You were going to go with the Texans, I could tell, but okay. Teran, lead us off. Finish us off here.
So this one I think is going to be a defensive steadfast, if you ask me. I think whoever makes the more mistakes, I think will wind up losing this one. It sounds cliche, but look, I think this one's going to come down to who could run the ball better. And I actually give the edge to the Patriots just because they have a two-headed running back monster in Stevenson and Henderson. And also Drake May can take off and use his legs as well. So this one is going to be one of those – this one's going to be decided with time of possession as well. I'm going to go with the Patriots. It's going to be a little bit more low scoring, but I think they keep they deny the Texans a trip to the AFC Championship.
I could see that as well. And again, I'm going there. I love this year I have come to just go back in the flow with Patriots. I mean, what do you do? This is going to be a great game. I love all the points Adam made. And my gosh, if the Texans pull this off, this is huge. It's the first time they'll ever go to the AFC Championship. But I got to go with the Pats. I mean, that's all there is to it. So final 10-ish minutes here of the show. Let's get on into the last one, and that's what this man is here for. Today, things got a little weird, but hey, I'm glad he was here to stick with us. I'm glad the other Adam, I'm telling you, the switch off was great. I loved it. That was line change, just one guy. But regardless, substitution, if you will, in the NHL. Love it. So with that, all right, Adam, it is your time, sir. Matthew Stafford and Kyron Williams and Puka Nacua head to Soldier Field to face Caleb and a Bears team riding momentum that is just unmatched after a wild card comeback win in a season that I don't think anybody saw coming, except for some really optimistic Bears fans. Experience versus youth. Winner hosts the NFC freaking championship. What the hell? Adam, give it to us, man. Give it to us.
Yeah, I should say there is very much a part of me that's going to be pulling for San Francisco tonight, because then it means should the Bears win tomorrow, they get to stay at home and don't have to travel anywhere for the NFC title game.
Yeah, true.
Don't want to have to travel to Seattle next weekend.
True. Sorry.
The big concern for me coming into this game last weekend was so emotionally charged and such a historic win. That was the largest postseason comeback in Bears franchise history, from 18 down at the half to ultimately win. Their previous best was 7, and that was done like 40 million years ago. So I am worried about an emotional letdown on this. A ton of people keep bringing up the weather. If the Rams let that get to their heads, it's going to be a problem. If they don't, guys, it's football. It is football. You go out and you play in it. Yeah, it's going to be cold. Yeah, it's going to be windy. It might be snowing. It's going to be snowing for the rest of the day today, and it's going to be snowing for part of the day tomorrow. It might snow during the game. It might not. You got to just deal with that and move on. That will only be a factor if the Rams allow it to be a factor. It should not be. To me, the interesting thing, looking at it from the Bears' perspective, this is the best offense in the NFL. It is certainly an opportunity the Bears defense could get cooked. This could be the first time all season, though, that Dennis Allen has both Kyler Gordon and CJ Gardner-Johnson to play with. Gardner-Johnson got signed specifically because Kyler Gordon got hurt partway through the year, and it looked like he might never come back this season. So they got Gardner-Johnson off the street. A signing that I was at the time was like, okay, guys, don't get excited. There's a reason a street free agent is available in the middle of October. Don't get too excited. And then he blew the doors off, and I was shocked as anybody when he was playing as well as he was. Gardner Johnson got concussed in week 18. I just checked the injury report. He is off the injury report. He is expected to play in the game. So this could be kind of interesting for a Bears secondary that has really struggled the last few weeks. It was a strength of the team at the beginning of the season. Injuries picked it apart, and now it's just the whole defense is a liability. Having both Gordon and Gardner Johnson, it'll be interesting to see what Dennis Allen chooses to do with them. It could just be a simple rotation. It could be having them out at the field at the same time, having hopefully Gordon be the one in coverage and GJ being the one blitzing. But it'll be interesting to see what he opts to do with both of his two healthy nickelbacks for the first time truly all season. It'll be interesting. I actually expect this game to be a little bit higher scoring, especially if the weather's bad. That tends to benefit the offense more than the defense because the offense knows what it's doing. You know, the receivers know I'm breaking at 15 and I'm running it out. I'm going to do a post at 16, but I can set him up. Whereas then it's the defensive players who are going to be wearing skates and it's going to be, wee, look out, there they go. So I would expect this to be a little bit higher scoring of a game. I would love to see the Bears get this. Here's a stat for you. The Bears offense has not played a snap with the lead since they played against the Cleveland Browns the second Sunday in December. That's the last time the Bears offense was out on the field with a lead. They beat the Packers twice in that span, so I'm good. I would love to see the Bears actually operate with a lead that would allow Monangai and Swift to really get going in this one. Otherwise, you run the risk of Jared Verse and Byron Young and some of the other pass rushers there for the Rams to really get going. The Bears are back to their we'll call him their starting left tackle, Theo Benedict. He hasn't started at left tackle in over a month, though, because rookie Ozzie Trapillo was doing so well, but then he tore his patellar tendon last week in the wild card. He's done for the rest of the playoffs. So it'll be interesting to see. I would love to see the Bears be able to get out in a lead, get the run game going, keep the pass rushers at bay. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I think the Rams get out to a big lead, but then we see the comeback happen, and I think both teams are going to be putting up numbers in the 30s on Sunday night. It's going to be exciting.
That's going to be fun. I'm with it. He pumped me up, man. I'm excited for Sunday night. All right, guys, we don't got too much longer. Short and sweet. Teran, what you got for us?
This one, Adam said it best. It's going to be a high-scoring affair. Look, I mean, the Rams, this is going to be the battle between who has the ball last and who takes care of time of possession and who takes care of the ball overall. I feel the Rams' experience being here, I think, will be the difference maker, but only by a little. I think the Rams inch this one out. Also, special teams could be a big difference. So if the Rams special teams lays an egg, then that could be the chance for the Bears. But if the Rams special team is on point, then it might have a shot. But I'll take the Rams to win in a close, high-scoring affair.
There it is, man. Again, I know I kind of clumped it there at the end, but no. The awesome stuff. We have our Ram, we have our Bear, and I mean, Teran, this is, I know, and of course, Teran's like our sit-in Ram. Obviously, he's a Charger, so you know what I mean. If this was the Chargers, obviously, I had to give a big, but Teran obviously being a good sport, covering the team for us as well. Brian, your final short, sweet weigh in.
All right, it's got to be short, and I'm the only neutral insider between these two because we all talked about my team. So this is the kind of game should be a classic. I wouldn't be surprised if the weather's not too bad, the Rams are up like 21-6, or if the weather's bad, the Bears are up 21-6 in the weather and it stops snowing like later in the game. If this were a neutral site, I'd have like a high 40-point scoring game because Puka Nacua is phenomenal for this Rams team. Obviously, Kyron Williams is reliable. He can put on numbers, but Blake Corum's getting pretty good. But this could be, like Teran said, depend on the running game. And I'm very blown away by his statistic, Adam.
Yeah. I am too. Quite frankly, I am too.
the other Adam Bilzins there talked about alcohol, how his liver can't handle it. How is yours holding up, Adam, against the Packers 2 times? Good thing it was on a Saturday for you.
Everybody in my house except me was asleep during that game. I have never had to be as energized while making no noise as possible in my life.
I love it.
It has to be excused. It's Packers Bears. So I do expect, depending on Caleb Williams has been great, especially with that 4th down conversion last week. Obviously, it's a successful season for the Bears no matter what happens Sunday. But I'm going to go with the Bears 30-21 because I do think the cold weather will be too much for the Rams, even though they nearly beat the Eagles this time last year where NBC was covering that game earlier. So I hope it's a great game because it's the last game before the conference championships. I am really hoping that we don't have the greatest game before you, Adam, because I'm just so I can breathe good. So I'm going to have to root for Bills Patriots AFC title game, and I'm going to have to root for either a Niners Bears or Niners Rams NFC title game will be phenomenal. Even though I have the Seahawks to win.
Love it. Well, obviously, I know. I'm sorry, Teran. I guess I'm so far into the feel good story right now. I want the Bears to win, but my brain's going Rams because I think that the Rams are a little bit better. So I don't know. That's really a good look at. I don't know. That's a hard one for me. So I don't know. For the sake of it, I'll say just because I want them to win the Bears. But again, if the Rams win, everybody don't be too. Yeah, I've been saying this is fun. Let's get on out of here for the day. But during the exit today, I just want to throw out a couple of fun things. Again, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Karnick, sir, thank you for being here today. Mr. Brian Francione, thank you for being here today. We appreciate you guys, man. I'm loving it. Really fast, I just wanted to bring this up. Mr. Adam Karnick, obviously the host of the Neutral Zone over on Wednesday evenings with Freddie B. They do an amazing job. Adam, I'm so excited because not only are my wife and I headed to this happening in a couple of weeks, well, about a month, we're going to grab that really cool jersey, Educator Appreciation Night, teachers, of course, in the house. Mr. Adam, we're going to be sitting not too far from the glass. So,
enjoy that.
You.
Thank
you,
that.
sir.
McTavish is going to be fun.
Yes, and last night, I know this is a football show, but I don't give a crap. Ladies and gentlemen, Ducks inked out the Kings last night. I don't care. Yeah, tell him, Teran, tell him. That's right. Oh, I wish Freddie was here. I'm sorry. He's not very happy right now, but it's okay. I don't give a crap. The freeway face-off, I don't care. That's pure hate, and I love to hate. So, anyway, with that said, Adam Karnick, ladies and gentlemen, this man over here does some great things. Also, our Chicago insider. Really grateful to have you. Mr. Brian Francione, glad to have you as always, brother. You are awesome. One of the premier insiders here, doing it all every week. We appreciate you, man. Mr. Teran Rodriguez, obviously, our co-host here. This has been fun, and we appreciate you all. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude our show here today. And again, just want to thank these guys, Mr. Adam S. also for being on the show. It was a lot of fun. And that is it, y'all. We are here. Everyone here has spoken our piece. Playoff football is a few hours away. Playoff divisional round football is a few hours away. Let's see if our picks hold up. Let's see who does what and who will be facing who in championship weekend next Sunday. I'm excited. I'm jazzed up, man. What feel-good stories are going to go through? What feel-good stories will end, Jaguars? Will the Bills finally? No, Brian doesn't like that. Anyway, with that said, for Teran Rodriguez, for Brian Francione, for Adam Karnick, for me, your boy Larry B, we will see you guys Monday evening. Well, at least Teran and I will, with Joey Jets and Big Mike. Talk about that college football playoff championship coming up.
Don't see Joey Monday. Talking about playoff NFL football.
I know, poor Joey. Don't be mean. With that said, you guys, we will see y'all Monday evening. Until then, take care, and as always, God bless. Gentlemen, stick around.
Peace.
Let's do this. Peace.
Signing off.